So it would seem that I guess gardening was probably
Yes.
the order of the day.
Is it permissible to visit the roof? Is this the third time, maybe?
Yes, I think. 'Cause
I-
it said she's about to gain a new ability.
Ah, okay. Yep.
Shall
Shelter
we
Plus.
engage?
Yes.
Wrong game, I guess. This isn't engage. This is fucking
It
P3R.
appears they are growing well. Hip hip hooray, as they say.
I see.
The ladybug has grown into a fine adult as well.
Realistically, it's probably a
I
different
believe
ladybug,
this is
Mm.
Mission complete. Well done.
given how long it's been since the last time we did this. The average lifespan of a ladybug.
That's true. We must be prepared for surprise attacks. That reminds me. Junpei-san came here the other day trying to get some free samples, but I quickly gunned him down.
Like with an actual gun?
If he comes back, rest assured he will be shot on sight.
Like,
Oh.
with an actual gun.
Yeah. Careful, Junpei.
I've realized something, tending these plants alongside you.
Junpei must die.
I've made many new discoveries beside these planters. Everyone is doing the best they can to make their way in the world. That goes for the plants, and the pests, and the ladybug too. And you as well. I may be a machine, but I also want to do the best I can.
Aw.
I will do my best to make my way in the world, just like everyone else. That is my new goal from now on.
All right.
I am impressed. I hadn't expected a competition here. Hearing that, my motivation is fully charged, as they say.
Okay.
Who is they?
People, you know. Well, I guess seems to have found a new purpose in tending the plants.
And also, ding, fizz boost.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Naturally, I will still continue to look after them at full throttle.
Please just don't shoot our party members.
Let's
Or
get
do if
started
they're
right
trying to
away.
steal samples.
Once again, our mission has concluded without incident today. Let's head back now.
Yep, sounds good. Well, oh yeah, summer school starts today.
Oh yeah.
It's about time to leave. Mitsuru can't let us get without classes.
Well, she can't let Junpei go without classes, and we just got dragged into it. Ah, it's already so hot at this hour. By the way, have you heard anything about the dates for the health checkup?
Nope.
What? Really? I thought I told Junpei to let you know. Yours is on August 14th.
Oh, alright.
Anyway, it's seriously way too hot out here. Let's hurry and get inside. I need to be in a classroom with air conditioning. Stat. Also, my
Alright.
bag is clipping through my hoodie.
That's fine, that happens.
Also, my jacket's clipping through my chair.
It does that. Anyway, it's the first day of summer school. Despite the summer heat, I managed to pay attention to the lecture. Did I not even have an option to sleep?
Nope.
Oh, automatic academics gain.
No, it's not Atagawa teaching today.
Ah, okay. He's the only one you sleep during?
I think he's certainly like the most frequent one.
Ah.
Speaking of Atagawa,
Well, it's the second day of summer school. Well, I know it's hot, everyone, but let's just try to get through class. Focus pocus. Still, who would have thought people would actually attend this course over the summer? You sure are a curious lot. Well, I'm not really sure what to make of that. Anyway, let's talk about something interesting today. All you future magicians will want to pay close attention. Today's subject is tarot. That's right, those cards often used in fortune telling. Despite originating in 15th century Europe as normal playing cards, tarot cards evolved into tools of divination. There are a variety of tarot card decks, including the Marseille and the Rider decks. But today, in honor of the great Crowley, we will be using the Thoth deck.
So, continuing on.
Well, so first, let's talk about the composition of the deck. The modern 78-card tarot deck is divided into two parts. There are 22 major arcana, the face cards, and 56 minor arcana, or number cards. The minor arcana are also sometimes called pip cards. The major arcana feature a variety of illustrations on their faces, beginning with the Fool and ending with the Universe. They tell a story in numerical order that represents an individual's journey through life. Each major arcana represents a stage on that journey, and each stage represents an event an individual must experience to achieve wholeness.
Let's do just that.
They are all important, so let's take a look at each of the 22 cards one by one. The first card, numbered 0, is the Fool. It represents the beginnings and suggests infinite possibilities. In other words, the beginning of life. The next card, the Magician, represents action and initiative, but also immaturity. The High Priestess represents contemplation and inner knowledge. Empress represents both motherhood and maternal love, as well as one's vitality. Emperor is an opposing card. It represents fatherhood, as well as leadership and decision-making skills. Hierophant represents formality and knowledge. It's a symbol for religion.
That is to say...
The Lovers represents choice. Here the individual finally begins to develop a conscience. The Chariot represents the individual's victory, but only a momentary one. Justice is exactly what it sounds like, knowing what is right and what is wrong. The Hermit represents self-reflection, in other words, searching for deep answers within one's heart. Fortune represents fate and the opportunities it brings. Strength represents both passion and self-control. It's depicted as power with reason. The Hanged Man reflects the individual's inability to take action. Spiritual death awaits the individual with the 13th card, which is aptly named Death. Death is considered a transitional card. With death, the old ends and the new begins.
All right.
Now, let us move on to what happens following the transition. Temperance is the balancing of opposites. Opening one's eyes to the world allows for growth. And then an encounter with the devil is where one faces temptation. At the Tower, the individual's values will start to collapse. It seems as if there's nothing to believe in. The individual then finds a glimmer of hope in the Star, granting one peace and serenity. I'm very confused by P4's choice of Star in that case.
Right?
Okay. In turn, this makes one vulnerable to the moon's illusions, which gives way to fear and trepidation. But the individual may be rewarded with a bright future by the sun, which signifies true achievement. Judgment awaits the individual at the journey's end when looking back on the path one has traveled. The final card is the Universe, which represents the individual reaching full awareness.
Edogawa, what about the world?
I think that's the Universe. They just changed the name based on the deck. And that's the growth of an individual as explained by the tarot cards. Perhaps all this talk about life doesn't hit home with you young folks just yet,
Well then.
Well, now you can use all 78 tarot cards to divine the future in detail. I don't think you taught them how to use the minor arcana for divination. I don't even know if they really do anything, actually. Yeah, most people only use the major 22 arcana. Okay, next let's talk about fortune-telling using the major arcana. First, you will need to shuffle the cards. If a card is reversed, its meaning will change. Now this is important, so pay attention. And anyway, we're not actually getting that part. Despite the summer heat, I managed to pay full attention to the lecture, though. Automatic academics.
Yay. Thanks, Mitsuru.
Third day. I Managed to pay attention. Fourth day. More academics.
More random scrub lord at the front of the room.
Right. Friday. Oh, had half moon already. Oh. Well, it's almost time to head to summer school. Ah, but I need to stop by Totsmere Memorial Hospital on the way back later today.
Gotta make sure we're not dying at an accelerated rate.
Yay! I mean, you know, any faster than we're normally dying.
Right, at an accelerated
Yeah.
rate. That's what I said.
It's the 5th day of summer school.
I guess we'll get started.
Now, let's begin. Vodhe Vavhe. How are you all handling the heat? I could brew you some of my special tea if you'd like. Now, let's continue with our special summer course, The Truth Behind Magic. I'll be talking about Kabbalah. I assume all of you have at least heard of Kabbalah, yes?
Yeah, it's that one land. They have coffers. It's that one land that gives you more black the more swamps you have.
Oh, yeah.
Kabbalah coffers, right?
Yeah. It is known as the mystical study of the Hebrew Scriptures, but, as I've mentioned before, it had a great impact on Western sorcery. It has been said, to learn the secrets of magic, you must first understand Kabbalah.
Okay, then.
So, who was the person who formed this incredible ideology known as Kabbalah? Well, according to legend, it was Moses.
Who is somehow not a servant yet.
He is an arcade.
Yeah, but arcade doesn't count.
I'm just saying, if you want to look up his noble phantasm, it's in arcade. Yes, that Moses. The Moses who gave us the 10 Commandments and split the Red Sea. And you're just assuming these Japanese kids know any of that stuff.
Well, sure they do. Why wouldn't they? Everybody's taught Christian fucking theology, right?
But in reality, it was formulated by a group of rabbis long, long ago. However, because it features such a complicated coded system, Kabbalah did not become known to the Western world until much later. Now, it is important to note that there are many different ancient methods of deciphering Kabbalah. For example, there is gematria, the interpretation of text by replacing letters with the numbers they represent. There is notokiron, I think I'm saying that right, where you take a letter from each word to form another sentence or thought. There's also temera, a method where letters of words are replaced, thereby giving the sentence a new meaning. All of these different methods make it difficult to fully comprehend Kabbalah.
So, continuing on.
Now, one of the most important ideas of Kabbalah is the Tree of Life, comprised of the 10 Sephiroth.
We know all about those from that time we played Abyss.
Yeah, I know, right? And then in P5, when I discovered it was the same thing again.
Yes, yeah.
I'm like, oh, wait, shit, I've seen these names before.
Exariu. Hold on, we've done this before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not that familiar with the tree, but I know certain names thanks to Abyss now.
And P5.
Well, yeah, now P5. Most illustrations depicted as a chart shaped like a tree. The 10 nodes, represented by the Sephiroth, and the 22 paths connecting them, all come together to form a map of God's creation and the spiritual ascent of man. Where did we come from? Where are we going? These answers lie in the Sephiroth.
Also Cotton Eye Joe.
I guess. Huh. Yeah. When training your magic, it's important to picture the Sephiroth every so often. Even if you're an Eastern sorcerer?
Yes. Apparently.
Why are we learning Western sorcery in the first place?
Why are we learning sorcery at all at school?
Well, I mean, it's clear that he's, like, just completely unchecked by the administration.
I mean, they hired a man without eyes.
And when you are meditating, you should focus on the Sephiroth as well. This is going to be on the test, you know. They say knowledge is another form of magic, so study hard. If you find yourself struggling, well, you may wish to turn to the Sephiroth. By the way, did you all notice I said there were 22 paths?
And it's the 22 days until the next full moon?
Ah, nice. Very symbolic. Yes, that's right. The same number as the major arcana I spoke of before. Now, continuing on, according to Kabbalah, existence is broken up into 4 worlds. Oh, yes, before I forget, I'll be giving supplementary lessons at the nurse's office as of the 2nd semester. I'm thinking of doing demonstrations with tarot cards.
As such.
But I won't have time for that during the lecture, so if you're interested, stop by after school. Everyone is welcome. Academics? Yeah. Somehow this is making me smarter. So does that give you, like, knowledge after class?
I don't know. I never did it.
Ah, okay.
I've literally never gone to it, so.
Huh, might try that out then.
Anyway, time to go to the hospital.
Yep.
We
No
gotta-
time for that. Yeah, we gotta wait for
gotta go
second
get a
semester to
checkup.
start.
Are you my doctor, Akutsuki?
That just about concludes your checkup.
I think he was?
Sorry yours ended up taking so much longer than everyone else's.
Why is that?
The good news is you're dying. What?
Oh, I'm glad to hear you say that.
I mean, it would be nice to know I'm not dying, so maybe if you could give me some good news now.
Although we could have done it another time and taken a full day for
Then
we need a
why
full
did
day
we
for
do
it?
it today?
Your persona abilities are rather unusual compared to the others, aren't they?
Slightly.
That's why we had to run so many more tests on you. Well, based on how you performed so far, I don't expect there to be any problems.
There's been other wild
Persona
cards.
abilities can be dangerous, depending on how they're used.
Do the wild card exist in 1 and 2?
No, not really.
Okay, so we are actually the first, I think.
Although it could be argued that like everybody had the wild card in 1 and 2 because
Oh, yeah, everyone could
everybody got to
switch.
go to the Velvet Room. And
Oh, I gotta play those. Well, I've heard the gameplay's kind of
yeah, that's the problem. They're really hard to go back to.
Yeah.
Especially like 1 if you're playing the original PS1 version of
I would.
of Reflections Persona.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, did they butcher some characters? And,
Oh, yeah, the English version.
and then, oh god, I think it was the second part of 2, the one that had Hitler, was
Oh,
also
yeah.
very, very butchered by the
Yeah.
localization.
I wonder if the PSP versions were translated.
The PSP versions were translated.
Oh, that's cool.
I own them on Vita, actually.
Nice. That might be something to consider someday.
With that in mind, it can't hurt to err on the side of caution.
I guess.
How are you feeling about it? Do you have any concerns about your power?
None yet.
Good to hear. And I don't think there
Sarcastic
will be any
clap.
issues with your test results
Silent
either.
clap, even.
I truly am grateful for everything the team has done, especially you.
Thanks.
Cool.
Things have really changed for the better since you arrived.
Thank you.
The team has grown, and we've even figured out how we can eliminate the dark hour. In a way,
Right.
you've sort of gotten the clock ticking for us again.
Yeah, I guess you were kind of stalled out before I showed up, huh? Like Yukari hadn't really gotten to use her power, and Akihiko and Mitsu were basically all you had, and they couldn't explore Tartarus.
Well, I mean, Akihiko could have done it solo, but nobody would let him.
Yes, nobody would let him.
It's almost as if we were just waiting for you these past 10 years.
Get it? Because he's the protagonist?
So, I mean, it could have been some dude with gray hair or some dude with black hair.
Yeah, could have been somebody.
I'm afraid I can only support you from behind the scenes.
I mean, Narukami would
I'll
be
counting on
in,
you
like,
to eliminate the 4 remaining shadows.
his last year of middle school right now.
Oh, yeah. He's only a couple years away from being able to help.
Now then, it's getting pretty late. Why don't we get you back to the door? Oops, excuse me for a second.
I think I did my math right. Because
Hello?
Ch-
Oh, thanks for your help the other day.
Chihaya, or not Chihaya,
Yes. It's missing from that
Fushimi.
document?
Oh, yeah. She's still...
Fushimi is a year younger than we are, and
Yeah.
she's a first year. But 2 years later,
She's a
in
third
P4,
year.
she's a third year,
And, yeah, she shows up
and
in
is
P4.
a year older than
Narukami.
P4 cast. So they would be then 2 years younger
Then Fushimi?
than
Oh, then Minato.
Minato.
Yeah, the 1 year younger than Fushimi. So yeah, like first year middle
Yeah,
or
they
last
should
year
be
middle
last year
school.
middle school then, yeah.
It's urgent? Wait, but by today?
Huh. Something's missing from a document, I guess. That's weird. Like his report wasn't finished or something.
He didn't add enough puns.
Ah, damn. Yeah, his agent is gonna kill him, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Iwatodai.
Well, I just left without him.
This is the final train bound for Tatsumi Port Island.
Ooh,
Please
geez,
board
last
before the
train.
scheduled departure time.
Oh shit, wait, I'm on the train when the dark hour hits? God damn it.
Oh, it looks like you're at Iwatodai Station now.
Yeah?
It's so late. We were starting to get worried. Did you run into any trouble?
Blame Akutsuki.
Oh, my checkup just really took a while.
Oh, I see. I hope everything's all right. I'll let Kirijo-senpai know. We're in the command room right now.
Oh.
Why?
Because I didn't show
I'll
up?
go ahead and navigate you back to the door.
I know where I am, Fuka.
Well, you know, it's the dark hour.
I'm sure you'll be fine, but considering what happened with Koro-chan, I'd rather play it safe.
Well, thanks.